Hello and welcome to Electric Petrolhead. This channel is all about electric cars in general, and I come from a petrolhead background where I was used to just spending 2 or 3 minutes chucking in 100 quid's worth of fuel and then going on the rest of my journey. Here's my view on whether we really need 5-minute charging for electric cars. So these kind of articles always get a lot of traction, people get really excited about them, and those people are often non-EV owners. The electric car owners in the comments are normally saying, we don't really need it. And this is why. To get 5-minute charging, 1, the chargers are insanely expensive. 2, the car technology has to be insanely expensive. And 3, there's lots of waste and it's just not really needed. The result of all that is the actual car charge will cost quite a lot of money. As you can see if you go onto something like BP Pulse's website, the slower chargers are a lot cheaper than the expensive ones because of the hardware. There's always been a waste based on how much actual kilowatt hours of energy get into the car. So why do people get so obsessed with 5 minutes? Well, it's obvious. They're trying to replicate what we used to or currently do with sort of petrol and diesel cars. Let's talk about scenarios. When you come home at night, if you've got off-street parking, you're going to charge overnight anyway. It's going to be the cheapest, especially if you use something like Octopus Energy. You can get 5p per unit charging really easily through them. And if you're not already with them, just check in the description. You can find a link. It's £50 of credit for you for free. But let's talk about it on a road trip. What do most people with a petrol car do on a road trip? They'll drive up the M6, pull into the M6 toll services, and they need fuel. Okay, they do a loop round to the garage there, I think it's a BP, can't remember. Spend 5 minutes fueling up. But then what do? They then drive round into the car park, park their car up for probably half an hour, whilst they go to the loo, get some snacks for the car, maybe have a meal. You know, that car is sat there for half an hour, doing nothing. Whereas, let's talk about an electric car owner and what they do now. They'll drive up to the services, they'll go past the petrol station because they don't need it, they'll plug their car into a charger, and all the time that car's parked up, they are charging. They haven't got to sit there with the petrol breathing in fumes and all that horribleness. The car charges, the actual time the car is stationary stays the same. And this is the big point for electric car charging. We want the cars to charge whilst we are not using them. So this is why in a previous video I talked about Premier Inn installing lots of rapid chargers. It's not really what we want. We want lots of slow chargers that are going to charge overnight, because we go to Premier Inn to stay overnight. We don't go there for a quick 5-minute pit stop. Do we really need 3 to 5 minute charging? I think it would be nice just to have that option for when you're properly going for it. Maybe you and the wife or a friend are sharing the driving and you need to get from London down to Nice or Monaco as quickly as possible, then yes, in those scenarios there's a use for it. However, for most journeys you don't need it, because you're going to be stopping for half an hour every, say, 3 hours of journey anyway. And if you're doing 5, 6, 8 hours in one go, I feel sorry for you, honestly. It's not healthy. You want to have the break, you want to stretch your legs, you want to stretch your back out, have a bit of food, not trying to eat whilst you're doing 70 miles an hour up the M6. Yeah, let's move the discussion away from this obsession with 3 to 5 minute charges for electric cars. It's not really efficient. It uses up a lot more energy than actually goes into your car. The chargers are really expensive, which means there's less of them. Let's just concentrate on 30-minute charges on a road trip and then 6 to 8 hour charges overnight. That is all we really need. In summary, 3 to 5 minute chargers, yes, great. If if the technology's there and it brings the price down for both the charger and for me paying for it, then great. It's not really needed. So yeah, if you have any more worries about electric cars, ideally hit subscribe and check out my other videos, but feel free to drop me a comment below or email me. Lots of people do. I help them and put their worries at risk, because there's a lot of worries out there. I had these worries back in 2018 before I bought our first electric car. Now I don't, and I wouldn't go back now. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in another video. Thanks. Bye.